connecting Marylanders to their government since 1981. This is State Circle.
The 1st of May, May Day, is a global holiday for organized labor. The labor movement in the U.S. has been in a period of decline, but the State Employees Union in Maryland has picked up a number of victories, including in the just completed legislative session. Joining us in the studio, Patrick Moran, director of AFSCME Maryland. Patrick, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us, Jeff.
So the key bill in the legislature for you involved the ability to collect a fee from state workers who are in the union as well as those who are not in the union. How many people would be affected?
Well, it only affects people that are non-members, Jeff. The union provides service. We advocate in these tough economic times for all state employees, regardless if they're covered by collective bargaining or not. The work we do affects everyone, especially when we're looking at state services that are in such high demand. And the staffing shortages are being laid out or played out right now in the unemployment line in a number of different places where people, the citizens of Maryland, are coming in for these services. And we need to advocate stronger for these services and better for these services, and this gives us that ability to do so.
So how many members do you have versus how many you could potentially have?
Yeah, we have about 30% on membership, and then potentially we could pick up the other 65%.
How many thousands of people are
we're looking at around 26,000 people in totality that would be covered under this.
Here's a question. Why would anybody join when you can get it for free, basically?
Well, because that allows us to advocate better and more effectively. We have the resources to communicate more, better, more effectively. We have the ability to go out and talk to the legislators with the membership that are better educated on the process. And it's at the end of the day, it's better for the taxpayers of Maryland because they're going to have a workforce that's better educated on the issues and that's going to be able to advocate for the services they provide to the state of Maryland.
How much money are we talking about?
Right now we have a budget that is around $2 million, so it'll be greater. But much of that is going to be negotiated at the bargaining table.
Well, I was thinking per employee. For somebody somebody who is a member, what do they pay? For somebody who would be covered by this, what will they pay?
They pay a little under $15 per pay period in dues, which equates to about close to $30 a month.
Okay, and what do you anticipate from the people who would be covered by the bill?
Like I said before, that would be negotiated at the bargaining table.
So less than 30, more than zero?
It would be, it could be whatever the state is willing to bargain with us, but it would never be more than the current dues that the current members pay.
Yeah, this was controversial. One of the critics said that this was a raid on the wallets of state employees to benefit a politically well-connected union at a time when state employees are hurting. Tough time to be asking anybody for more money.
Right. But the facts are, and that's what we want to point out here, the facts are this is a negotiated item. Okay, and we wouldn't be so foolish as to negotiate something that all the employees who get to vote on the contract, which is everyone, whether you're a member or not a member, which is very unique to the state of Maryland, would vote on. They all get to vote on it. We wouldn't put something in the contract where we don't think a majority of the people would vote on it. And so I don't see that as undemocratic, or I don't see that as a rush to do anything by any means.
All right, big picture. It's May Day 2009. Yep. Just in the last week, we've seen layoffs at the Baltimore Sun, many of those union workers, bankruptcy of Chrysler. Certainly a tough time for working Americans, union or not. How do you see the strength and future of the union movement?
Well, what I can say is this: it couldn't be a better time to have a president that isn't ashamed of the word of union, that has a proven track record of working with working families, union and non-union alike. The last administration was not willing to do that, and I say we are in a better position. We, meaning working people, are in a better position to weather the storm than the past 8 years.
What's on your agenda for the rest of this year, the next legislative session? What's on your to-do list?
Well, Jeff, we came out of the legislation with the legislative session with a series of victories. One, we beat back health insurance giveaways. We beat back pay decreases. We beat back unrealistic staffing proposals, but we have a lot of work to do. The fact of the matter is we are grossly understaffed in the state of Maryland in terms of state employment. We have correctional officers that are not paid and do not have the staffing levels that they need. As a result, we see that play out every day in these facilities. It's across the board, DHMH, DJS. People are working overtime, a lot of overtime, because there are no other staff to fill the gaps, and that's something we need to tackle and pursue.
All right, Patrick Moran, Director of AFSCME, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Jeff.